Brawl Stars is adding 18 new Buffies in the next update, and today I'll be explaining and analyzing every single Buffy coming into the game. Stay tuned because I'll also be showing some exclusive gameplay of these Buffies and all of their new mechanics. Make sure to like and subscribe because I'm on my way to 200,000 subscribers, so subscribe or you will turn into a hyper Buffy. So yeah, we're getting Buffies for a total of 6 brawlers, and each of these brawlers will have a total of 3 Buffies. So let's take a look at the legend himself, Colt Gaming's Buffies. Stay tuned for the last Buffy, by the way, because it has to be the best one out of these 6 brawlers. Now, Colt did get his speed loader gadget reworked, so in order to understand his Buffies, you first need to understand how his reworks work. Now, before, this gadget would instantly reload 2 of Colt's ammo. Now, after the rework, this gadget now shoots 2 quick shots that slows targets when it hits. So for the new speed loader gadget, Colt's gadget Buffy allows each of the shots hit to steal ammo from the enemy. So you can see here that if the robot is hit with these 2 shots, I would essentially steal 2 ammo from the robot, which is actually solid. Now, the gadget Buffy allows Colt's second gadget, Silver Bullet, to actually shoot an even larger bullet, and you can see here that it does a solid amount of damage. Alright, now onto Colt's first star power, Slick Boots. Colt's star power Buffy allows Colt to gain movement speed when dealing damage, so you can see here that I'm moving a bit more faster as I'm dealing damage. The star power Buffy allows Colt's second star power to deal more damage to targets that are far away, so Colt is pretty much a sniper at this point, which is insane. And finally, we have Colt's hyper Buffy. You can see that it allows his bullets to be shot faster during his hypercharge, and I'm pretty sure that his hypercharge lasts for an extra 2 seconds as well with this Buffy, which is actually pretty solid. Overall, Colt has some solid reworks and solid Buffies, and I think that he's gonna be in the meta when the update drops. And yeah, if you've made it this far into the video, comment your favorite Buffy and why. Alright, now let's break down Emza's Buffies. Before I talk about her Buffies, let's actually talk about the reworks that she'll be having in the next update. Now, with the rework, both of Emza's gadgets are now aimable. Brawl Stars actually made gadgets into an aimable joystick, so you can now aim both of Emza's gadgets. But yeah, with the gadget Buffy, Emza's first gadget knocks enemies back even further and even stuns them for a short period of time, and that's if they get knocked into a wall. It low-key reminds me of Gale's super, and Emza's Buffy has some similar mechanics. With the gadget Buffy, Emza's second gadget pretty much slows enemies down if they get hit. So you can see here that the gadget is aimable and the robot got hit, and boom, bro is now slowed down and he ain't going anywhere. Alright, now onto the star power Buffies. Emza's first star power also reduces damage dealt by enemies who get hit by Emza's main attack for a short period of time. So if I hit an enemy with my attack, my teammates and I will take less damage from these enemies who got hit by Emza's attack. Emza's second star power is pretty simple. After Ems activates her super, she won't take any damage for a solid 1 second. That's honestly great if you're close up to an enemy and you're trying to escape. I don't know why you would be close up to an enemy in the first place with Ems. And finally, we have Emza's hyper Buffy. This pretty much allows the sprays to poison enemies, similar to Crow's poison effect from his attack. And if you look closely, it looks like the poison does a decent amount of damage. Overall, this Buffy is looking very promising, and I'm not surprised if Ems ends up being an S tier brawler. Alright, now on to Big Tank Frank. Let's talk about the reworks his abilities are getting first. Now, for his active noise cancelling gadget, instead of Frank only becoming immune to crowd control, he can now fire an aimable gadget Soundwave, as you can see. And at the same time, he'll also become immune to the crowd control as well. So this gadget technically got a buff. And his second gadget, Irresistible Attraction, used to deal extra damage and pull enemies closer, but now it's aimable so you can have a more accurate pull when using the gadget. If you think about it, this gadget was already aimable with Frank's main attack, but it's kind of cool to see that you can aim it with the gadget now. But yeah, with the gadget Buffy, Frank's first gadget, Soundwave, also destroys enemy projectiles. So if an enemy is shooting at you and you use this gadget with the Buffy, well, say goodbye to all their projectiles. And with the gadget Buffy, Frank's second gadget makes enemies slow down for a short period of time when they get hit by the pull thing. I think that this is great because you can just spam attack the slow down enemies and they literally can't do anything because of the slowed effect on them. But yeah, onto Frank's star power Buffy. Frank's first star power allows him to increase his damage and heal for a short period of time when he eliminates a brawler, and I think that this is great in situations where you're playing aggro. And Frank's second star power allows him to take less damage when he's above 50% health. This pretty much makes Frank into a big tank Frank. And finally, we have Frank's hyper Buffy. This hyper Buffy allows Frank's main attack speed to be increased to the max while his hypercharge is activated. So bro can literally spam attack enemies, which is insane. I mean, look at how fast he's attacking, bro. Alright, now let's talk about arguably one of the most hyped up Buffies, Mortis Gaming's Buffies. Now let me tell you something, these Buffies literally changed the mechanics of Mortis, and he is so much stronger now. But let's talk about his reworks first. His first gadget, Combo Spinner, is now aimable, and bro can launch his shovel to any direction or even around him. And don't even get me started with the second gadget, it's basically a whole new gadget. The survival shovel gadget is now called the Creature of the Night gadget. This gadget used to increase Mortis's reload speed for 4 seconds, but now it's an aimable gadget that allows Mortis to teleport teleport to a targeted location you aim to. How was that even fair, bro? But yeah, with the gadget Buffy, Mortis's first gadget also deals an increased amount of damage to low health brawlers, so the shovel pretty much does even more damage. His second gadget with the gadget Buffy deals damage when he teleports through enemies. Mortis also heals for the damage he dealt during this gadget. But yeah, onto the star power Buffy. Mortis's first star power allows him to gain additional max health until he gets defeated, and this stacks by the way. And his second star power grants him a damage reduction during his long dash with the star power Buffy. And finally, we have Mortis's hyper Buffy. After Mortis uses a main attack with the hypercharge, a phantom attack hits the same area after a delay. So you can pretty much expect a delayed attack in the same area you dashed in. And if your enemy is still in that same area, you're in luck because it will whack that enemy out of existence. Okay, now let's talk about the NPC brawlers Buffies. Nah, I'm just joking, Shelly isn't an NPC. Now, Shelly didn't actually get any ability reworks. The only rework she really got is the aimable gadget thing, so you can pretty much aim where you want to dash with her fast forward gadget, and I'm assuming that you can now aim the clay pigeons with your gadget instead of your main attack. But yeah, let's start with Shelly's gadget Buffies. Her first gadget, which is the fast forward gadget, prevents her from taking any damage when dashing. This is really solid if you're trying to escape from enemies when you're low in health. Her second gadget, which is the clay pigeons gadget, is pretty interesting. Her attack with this gadget slows enemies down, and it increases the duration with each hit you get. This is game changing, especially if you're trying to get the guy who's running with 20 million gems and gem grab. But yeah, onto Shelly's star power Buffies. With the star power Buffy, her first star power Shell Shock actually uses Draco's dragon breath shells, and she leaves a burning area with her super. This is actually really cool, bro. And then her second star power Band-Aid allows her to gain movement speed for a short time with the star power Buffy. And finally, Shelly's hyper Buffy. Shelly's attack projectile speed during her hypercharge is greatly increased, and as you can see, her attack projectiles are flying very fast. How do you even dodge this, bro? But yeah, we are on to the final three Buffies. Spike Gaming's Buffies. I'm honestly really excited about Spike's Buffies, but yeah, let's first talk about some reworks that Spike is getting. His first gadget, Popping Pincushion, used to straight up fire 3 needles normally. With the rework, it is now aimable and only fires 2 needles. Spike's second gadget, Life Plant, is also getting reworked. You can now throw the healing cactus wherever you want thanks to the aimable gadget mechanic, but keep in mind that the further you throw it, the longer it will take to deploy. It also makes Spike have more utility in team fights, whatever that means. And Spike's fertilized star power is also getting reworked. Spike will now heal for 50% of damage dealt with this star power. But yeah, let's talk about Spike's gadget Buffies. His first gadget, Popping Pincushion, now roots enemies that you hit with the 2 needles, kind of similar to Mina's super. His second gadget, Life Plant, will also deal area damage when the plant gets completely whacked out of existence. Now let's talk about Spike's star power Buffies. The first star power, Fertilize, also makes Spike's super projectile speed much faster, and the second star power, Curveball, gives Spike's curving spike some extra range. And you can see that they go further now. And finally, we have Spike's hyper Buffy. When his hypercharge is activated, his normal attack pretty much breaks twice instead of once, so you can see that your cactus thing now breaks 2 times during the hypercharge. And that will pretty much spread more needles and deal even more damage. I mean, just look at how chaotic this looks, bro. How is this even fair? This Buffy is definitely gonna put Spike in the meta, bro. I'm telling you. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, click on this video to see how Buffies can potentially ruin Brawl Stars.